Hey y'all. So I am here in Las Vegas. This is the Rio. I don't know if you can see it. This is the Rio Hotel and Casino. Um, and I'm here for the weekend. And I decided, I fly on Frontier Airlines. And Frontier Airlines has no Wi Fi, which is horrific. Um, but I downloaded a few movies on my phone, and so I was able to watch some movies on the flight, which is a great idea. So you should always do that if you're flying Frontier because there's no Wi Fi, there's nothing else to do. So when there's no Wi Fi, um, it's always a great opportunity to watch a horror movie. So you should always save a whole bunch on your phone um, in case you find yourself with no Wi-Fi. You can usually download them. So Hulu, the app, lets you download movies to watch when there's no Wi-Fi. So I checked out one of the newest editions, one of the new arrivals on Hulu called AZREAL during my flight. Um, Now I really wanted to see AZREAL because uh, it's written by one of my favorite writers, Simon Barrett. I think he's a genius. He does those great. He's one of the standout talents from the VHS series. I'm a huge fan of VHS. It's probably my favorite movie, and I love the anthology and the whole franchise. But I wanted to check this out um, just to see what it was about. It's a Shudder movie as well, so you could see it on Shudder, and it's been on Shudder for a while, like over a year. But it finally got to Hulu, and it was finally time to see it because I finally was in a place where I had no Wi-Fi, so it was time. So I checked this movie out, and unfortunately, I have to say it's not one of the best. It wasn't very good. If you're gonna see a horror movie, I wouldn't recommend this one. Um, Now the main thing about this movie is that everyone is in, I guess, a post-apocalyptic world, and no one speaks anymore. Everyone's had a vow of silence of some kind. Um, so it must have been a very easy screenplay to write when no one says anything. I don't know if it's kind of a trend on Hulu, like with that other movie, No One Will Save You. But this whole no one talks at all thing is a little strange. And it actually could have gotten some of the characters out of some very difficult situations if they would have just said something or mimed something or written something down. I don't know. But apparently, it's like one of these A Quiet Place or Bird Box types movies where no one can say anything or talk or see or do something in some way. So it was unusual. Um, the actress was pretty good. I don't know her name. She kind of looked like Anya of the Taylor Joy. But yeah, she was pretty good. And the movie had some scares, it had some jump scares, it had gore, and it had kind of monsters. They kind of reminded me of the ones from The Descent, if you've seen that movie. They were similar to those. Uh, but the movie just kind of meandered, and it had one sort of run in with monsters after another after another. Um, but she was also like trying to fight off a commune. I'm not really sure. A lot of it didn't make really good sense, or I didn't catch it, or I wasn't smart enough, or the movie didn't guide me enough to figure it out. I wasn't really sure what she was doing for most of the movie or why these people were after her. Um, and some things kind of happened like really quickly. I don't know if I just like was looking out the window on the plane and missed it, but there was one part in particular where she was in a situation that it seemed like impossible to get out of. And I don't know, maybe I blinked and missed it, but all of a sudden she was out of that situation. I'm not going to spoil it, but it was like, how did that even happen? Like, I feel like a lot of the movie didn't make sense. A lot of it meandered. Um, Maybe it made sense, but I would have had to like watch it twice, and I'm not going to do that. This movie was just all over the place. It was kind of a fun, entertaining, scary movie, but it just didn't really work overall. I don't know. I think Simon Barrett may have phoned this one in some way, but this one was just, I would pass on it. If you're bored on an airplane and you have no Wi-Fi, I think that's the best possible um, way to enjoy this movie. Otherwise, I would recommend looking for something else and downloading as much as you can, and only watching this if there's absolutely nothing else on your download list. Okay, well, AZREAL, I say skip it, but at least it was there for me when I needed it the most. Okay, see you at the next movie.